Hello Cancer and welcome to your weekly reading. We have the beautiful Miss Stella here. Let's see if she's going to stick around. She's having a bit of a stretch. You're going to get yourself comfy and stay for Cancer. So I think she came last time for you guys for your mid-monthly, or was it your weekly reading? She always seems to pop in for Cancer readings. So yeah, big week ahead, Cancer. We're moving into Scorpio season for this week and the week this reading's for. And so you're going to feel the shift in intensity, fellow water sign. So this should actually be compatible energy for you. But we also have a very powerful new moon in the sign of Scorpio on the 25th. So we're going to be probably focusing a lot on that because it's going to overshadow the whole week, really, the flavor of the week. And this new moon is at 2 degrees of Scorpio, if you know where that is in your birth chart, your natal chart. And yeah, it's going to be a solar eclipse, a partial solar eclipse, I should say. So eclipses bring in, as you know, change, activated change, and the start of a cycle of change, at least. It's the start of the story that can occur here. And so it's a fascinating new moon. I'm really enjoying this new moon. Venus is conjunct the new moon. So she's coming in, the planet of love and resources and your self-worth, how you're feeling valued or how you see that value in the world, especially when it comes to money and love. How valued you're feeling in those regards. And she's kind of in the new moon, which is a dark moon. She's in a Mars rule sign, which is Scorpio, so she's not entirely comfortable. Pluto also rules Scorpio, so it's the lord of the underworld. She's doing a lot of shadow work, looking at where she's kind of been working with how in control is she feeling. It's kind of these energies around love and relationships. How in control are you feeling when it comes to your relationships, your love, your resources, and even they could all be intertwined, quite literally. So yeah, let's have a look at what we have. The King of Pentacles. Speaking of resources, here comes Taurus. It's the opposite energy, actually. But Venus rules Taurus, which is the opposite sign to Scorpio. So that's why she's also uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. But yes, the King of Pentacles is a situation, money and resources could be something that comes in. The King of Pentacles energy is also represents businesses, banks, and it can be, if you're looking at relationships, where your physical needs are being met. And that can be both physically, sensually, but also the food that you're eating, what sort of money's coming in, how stable you are. Is the person that you're with meeting your needs? So in terms of just feeling stable. So interesting, the King of Pentacles came in. And it's one of those interesting things with the Venusian energy with Venus that we're all going to be working through is, our love language and all of that sort of stuff and how we're managing and working with money as well. Scorpio likes to have, it's a fixed energy, so it likes to be very reliable. So it's I like to pay my bills on time. I want a regular income coming in. I'm managing my money in this very organized, fixed way. So that's why I often Scorpio energy is really great at managing money. But they're sort of themes that could be coming through with this as well. But we're connecting here to the Taurus energy of the King of Pentacles, which is more the North Node energy. But because the South Node's in Scorpio, it's a South Node ruled moon. And the South Node is about letting go of old karma, old lessons that you're moving away from. You've already learnt it. Might be receiving the blessings of that, those cycles in this lifetime, but it usually is something you're letting go of here. So that's what this moon's going to be asking you. But interestingly, you've got the really positive energy of the King of Pentacles coming through, where this is the Taurian energy. The North Node is where you're heading towards. So this is where you already got this positive outlook of okay, yes, sure, we're letting go of things, but it's a new moon. It's about new cycles, about stepping into the new and what we want to do with your resources and your love and all this sort of stuff and how you're going to work through. So it's these power differentials or how in control you are. So it's a really, really positive energy to come through with that King of Pentacles. So it's, let's see what the higher potential of this is the Hanged Man. Interesting, patience and perspective. The other thing with the King of Pentacles is it's a long-term energy. So it's looking long-term, things that are well made, the Taurian energy of things like relationships that are made to last, or you're buying a table that's really might be a little bit more expensive, but it's well made and it's going to last a long time. You're going to get the value out of it because it lasted that long distance. And so that's one of the things that's coming through with this King of Pentacles. You can apply that to either one, love or money in some way, or, your material resources in some way. You're very lucky because I can see the second cat coming in. We've got Star coming through for you, Cancer. So you got both cats coming in and trying to say hello. So the Hanged Man energy, the other thing with the King of Pentacles is it's very methodical. It's a very patient energy. So you got patience and perspective coming through. So you're potentially... One of the higher potentials is to just sit back, go slow with something and be a little bit more patient with an energy or with a person or a situation, and you're just gaining a new perspective, a new lens in which to see everything that could actually be quite enlightening. With the Hanged Man, it's a card of enlightenment and awakening. So it's a beautiful energy to come through. Let's see what's happening because we're dealing with Pluto, the planet of the underworld and the transformation. We're going to look at the shadow, the fact that Venus is in there working with a shadow. So let's see what shadow elements might be coming up. Again, quite a nice energy with the Knight of Pentacles, a lot of earth coming through. So it's very grounded, a very grounded, patient way of dealing with this new moon, which is really nice. The Knight of Pentacles is, subservient to the King of Pentacles. It does what the king wants, So especially to do with this particular night is about your longer term future when it comes to your money or to your relationships. That's something that's coming up as the shadow work that you're looking at. And it's very caring energy, the Knight of Pentacles. How are you feeling cared for, or how much more are there people that are requiring, or money cycles that is requiring more nurturing from you? So it can go either way. I do feel like it's very reliable, very dependable. It's something that goes slow. So it's questions of trust, reliability, long-term future, like long-term, whether this can stand the length of time. These are all things, and are you being cared for in a way that's very practical? It's not just love and compassion. It's like your needs are being met. Somebody's actually, looking after you if you're sick, making you a nice meal or a chicken soup or something like that. Or how are you looking after yourself? These are the sides. Look at the power differentials as well with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Quite literally, the Knight does what the King says. So it's also looking at those differentials of power where you've given up your power, because the Hanged Man can also be an energy of... The Hanged Man can sometimes be like a victim where you feel like, somebody did that to me. And then this energy is kind of saying, looking at it going, you've put yourself in the Knight, you put yourself in the position of being the Knight, not the King. So that's why they asked you or did something to you. So it's kind of gaining that perspective, or that's why you're kind of in this, it's all about, like I said, the power differentials, because Scorpio rules power. It basically wants to connect you to your power and your fierceness that's coming through here, but not in a way that you're going to take something on and it's going to be black and white. There's a complexity that comes through with this. So it's kind of saying, some situations you're like that, and other situations you're the King of Pentacles. Sometimes you're the Knight of Pentacles, sometimes you're the King of Pentacles, sometimes you're empowered and sometimes you're disempowered, and it's complicated. So, but for whatever reason, there's some particular perspective that you're gaining that is going to help your long-term future and help the built to last kind of energy in your life, however that's presenting, whether it's to do with money, career, home, or the material resources, or it can be health and the food that you're eating as well, or is it to do with love and those sort of getting your physical needs met in those relationships? So let's look at the energies that could be potentially challenging you to find this higher perspective, to find this awakening and enlightenment that's coming through, to kind of work positively. Let's look at some of the challenges that could come up with this new moon energy for you. We've got the Hermit. Okay, Mercury, Virgo, Mercury. So a lot of Mercury in Virgo. So Mercury rules Virgo, so it's really good, but it's a deep analysis. It's going deep and very wise, the Hermit. It connects into messages from your body. What is your body saying about this? How maybe there's struggle, like maybe you're not wanting to go so deep and get into the whole, I don't want to analyze all of this. Maybe I don't want to hear the messages that I'm getting. The Hermit energy can be around themes around isolation, loneliness, being on your own, kind of, and it's about like your own space, having your own space around you as well. So these are all sort of things that could be challenging energies, challenging you to kind of go and work with this shadow work in a productive way. So I kind of get mostly there could be a little bit of like an avoidance in a strange way. So let's look at what's coming in that's going to actually support you and help you with this energy. But that's the thing, is if you can overcome this, then you get the rewards of that as well. So that's the positive thing coming through with that. Let's look at the energies that's supporting you. And the Hermit energy could quite literally be a Virgo in your life. There might be a challenging Virgo around, or the Virgo energies can also be over-analysis and being overly critical. So it can sometimes be where they're trying to fix something, but it comes across as criticism rather than, yeah, I'm trying to help. So interesting. Let's see what is coming through. Energies that are going to help you. We've got Wand Prince, Sagittarius Chariot, and Pentacle 4, Mercury Capricorn. So a lot of Mercury around. You're going to get a lot of messages coming through. So this is about how you can rebuild something, how you can rebuild structures, how you can rebuild things through this new perspective that you've gained. So it might not be the whole thing. It might just be an aspect of like, okay, I can see how my relationships with money is working and there's something I'm wanting to work on and rebuild, or there's something within my relationship that I'm wanting to work on and build, or just relationships in general. Like perhaps there's something from the past, a past relationship I'm letting go of. This could be past, present, or future relationships. So it doesn't matter about your relationship status really, because there's something that's coming through that's helping you build upon what it is that you really want, and getting the spark, the passion with the Sagittarius Chariot coming in, the Wand Prince, that sense of listening to those messages that gets that spark, that passion back. So yeah, and receiving the wisdom around that. So listening to the wisdom. So it's getting excited about something again, but rebuilding, which is actually really fantastic energy that can come through with all of this. So it is positive, but it is going to require you to go deep and deal with that Pluto, Scorpio, like that intense energy, that shadow work that's going on. So let's see. Okay, we've got the Sage. This is messages from the Fairie. Again, the Sage, just like the Hermit, this is wisdom. This is connecting to your wisdom, going deep, connecting, listening to your wisdom with the Sage. And the Piper energy is interesting as well, because the Piper is, the Pied Piper. The children all followed the Pied Piper, followed the music, followed the beat, somebody else's tunes kind of thing happening. So it's about making wise choices about what it is that you're following, or who it is that you're following, as opposed to and maybe it's something you really do want to follow. Like it could quite literally be like people on social media online, but it could just be, where are you dancing to the beat of somebody else's tune, or where do you want to dance to the beat of your own drum at this moment in time? And what would be the wise decision around that? What would be if you imagined a wise sage looking in your life, or connecting to your own inner wisdom, what would they say about that? The other thing I get with the sage and the Piper is the Piper's very poetic, like it's all about music, poetry, the arts. So Venus actually does rule creativity and the arts as well. So this sage-like energy could be connecting you to some innate talents and gifts in that area, or there's something that's shifting, like there's a new cycle of transformation around that, which is coming through as well. So yeah, very, very beautiful energies, but very kind of soft. It's not like it's so intense and shocking that you can't deal with it. There's a lovely softness to it. So I feel like the Sage and the Piper also wants to lift you up to this higher frequency, when music is all about frequency and the Sage is all about that amazing inner wisdom that comes through. So, yeah, I feel like there's a potential for that with this an awakening and enlightening energy to come in. So let's see what animal spirit energy you're working with, Cancer, this week. Animal spirit energy to finish this off. Let's see, what have we got? Ooh, zebra. Okay, so that fits in with the Piper energy of the zebra is very unique. It's about, every zebra's got a different stripe. So it's about your uniqueness. It is actually a fire energy. So where is it that you've got your own? I do feel like it's about valuing your uniqueness, the thing that makes you, you, the thing that's just kind of, yeah, really original. And it can be even a streak of genius as well that comes through with this. Like there's creative genius that could come through with this for some of you. But the zebra energy, again, it's a little bit like we were saying, it's not like you having to be somebody else or follow somebody else's rules or expectations or whatever, however that works. This is about you just being you and being motivated by just accepting your own uniqueness and finding the value in that. So, yeah, it's beautiful. And again, we've got this third eye energy of what's happening psychically, and your perception through that third eye could be something that's really potent and powerful. You know, you're seeing this beautiful rainbow there. So it's like, yeah, fascinating because we can see the rainbow here. In the Hermit energy, there's something in it. What it's reminding me of the rainbow flag, like the Tibetan prayer flags is what they're kind of taking me to. So it's kind of like this spiritual contemplation of something, and then actually seeing how that can play out in your life, and how it can actually transform something in your life and be something tangible in your life. Because the King of Pentacles is all about tangibility, the earth. So, yeah, interesting, as opposed to psychological things, which is going to be very scorpionic. So it's making some really interesting, tangible changes, but it's also connecting in with these beautiful higher frequencies that are coming in and gently kind of stepping you into the power about what it is that you need, especially on a physical level. In terms of your health and your body, that's something that's coming through with this, and to do with your money as well. So, yeah, so much to do with your value that's coming in here with this reading. And I feel like it's actually a very beautiful energy to come through, connecting you to the wonderful you and valuing that, those little unique things about you, and getting motivated. That might be getting you inspired and motivated, which is getting the spark back with something. It could also be the way you're seeing somebody else. You're seeing somebody else in your, this uniqueness, or they're seeing you in and saying, okay, these are your special qualities, or these are the things that are original to you. And so it's just got a nice feel to it. I really love it, but it's patient and gentle. So if you're waiting for something to kind of, it's not it feels like it's more like give it a little bit of time. This is the start of the journey, so give it a bit of time. So, yeah, amazing potential to start new cycles around love and money. So coming in for you, Cancer. So that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. And if you're interested in my services, the link for that is in the description box below. That includes tarot readings. I'm just seeing Miss Stella. She's all the way outside now beside the pool. So she's like watching a water dragon. The dogs, that's why the dogs, you can hear the dogs in the background. They're kind of going, oh, I can see a cat. They can't get to her though. So yes, the services include tarot readings. They include healings, gift certificates if you'd like to gift a reading to somebody. Great idea to come up with, but coming up to like Christmas. But we'll talk about that a bit closer to like the holiday season. And then, yeah, I'm just kind of getting distracted by Stella now. So I'm going to go. So if you're interested in any of that, check it out, and take care, Cancer.